Guys, we're going to talk about tendinitis, tendinosis, and all these things that go wrong that prevent you from running your best. Hi everyone, my name is Steve Gonser, Physical Therapist, and before I talk about this, there is a link in the post to the RunSmart app, which includes workouts and training to help you fix a lot of these issues I'm going to talk about today. So if you struggle running, you struggle to feel your best when you're running, definitely check out the RunSmart app and our 2-week trial. So the first thing I want to talk about is tendinitis versus tendinosis. So we have the itis word and the osis word, so you just attach tendon to these. Tendinitis, it doesn't matter if it's your Achilles, if it's your high hamstring, if it's your patellar tendon. A tendon's a tendon, make sure if I'm on board here. A tendon's a tendon. So when you have itis, that's usually the early stages of a tendon. So if you just think about, I wish I would have planned this better, but if you think about the Achilles, so let's say you're looking at the back of the foot, here's your heel, and then here's your Achilles coming down to attach onto it just like this. When you have an itis, you have a tendinitis, you have irritation in the tendon itself. So think of it like a rug burn. If you open it up, it's irritated, it's red, and there's probably a little bit of swelling through the tissue. That's itis. That's the early stages, and every time you re-irritate it, you can jump back into this inflammatory state. Unfortunately, what I find with most runners, and again, this doesn't matter if it's your high hamstring right up underneath the butt or if it's your Achilles tendon, a lot of these tendon injuries get better as you do stuff. So I see a lot of my runners, they'll go out for a run before they come to me for physical therapy, like, yeah, if I just got through the first mile, I'd feel okay. So they'll hobble through that first little bit, then you get blood flow in here and it feels fine, and they keep running on it. And what ends up happening is that irritation turns into fraying. So instead of having a nice clean tendon, you start to have frayed edges underneath the microscope, or you'd see like a tendon that doesn't look really clean anymore. It's got some haphazardness to it. It's kind of gross and disgusting. And over time that develops into a tendinosis, which is that fraying, that wear down, that wear and tear and breakdown of the tendon. Depending on how you handle this, there's a couple of things to look at, but in general, what we look at is itis you want to handle early, but a lot of runners, whether I tell you how to do that or not, you end up in this tendinosis phase, which is the wear down and the breakdown. So the big thing I have to tell you guys today about these the two types of tendon issues is when you look at a tendon is kind of with the joint, and it is like one of the last lines of defense. So as you land, make sure I'm still in frame here, when you land running, there we go, and the impact comes into your body, the first response is for your muscles to come in and catch this force. So your muscles are supposed to catch it. When the muscles are weak, when you have imbalances, that impact will blow right through the muscles and it loads into the joints and tendons. So that's that second line of defense. Particularly the tendons are the second line, the joints the third line for impact and shock absorption. So what does that mean? Is that while you might have, go ahead and erase this quick. I see a lot of runners doing this and making this mistake. Say you have your tendon is irritated. So here's your pain, Achilles, Achilles, high hamstring, your patellar tendon. This is all aggravated in here. What they'll do is they'll do like heel drops. So they'll do a bunch of hamstring stretching and they'll focus on this tendon of whatever is irritated. But generally what we'll find is that there is imbalance that is actually causing the tendon to be irritated. So you think about that for a minute. If you just keep focusing on the thing that hurts and you never fix the imbalance, you get stuck. And when you get stuck, you just get really frustrated because you're missing a lot of times, and eventually you get to the point where like, out of hell with that, I'm just going to run on it, it's always going to be bad. It doesn't have to be that way. Fix your imbalances. Don't just keep running on a sore tendon because it warms up and feels better. That's you almost run yourself out of running. And if you want help fixing the imbalances, check out Base 3, Base 6 Bootcamp, or RunSmart 10 inside the RunSmart app. You can try it completely for 2 weeks, and it will help you fix these imbalances that are causing a lot of these tendon issues. But don't just keep running on it. I see that so often, and it's super frustrating, not only for me, but also for you, as you miss valuable time training and running. All right, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and check out the RunSmart app. Links in the post. All right, everyone, have a great night. Bye.